The Robbinsville Ravens make Senior Night 2011 one to remember, and Steinert, playing on 2 weeks rest, scores their highest first-half point total on the season. I'm Mark Fontes with sports on this Monday. Red and black were the colors of the night Friday. Rancocas Valley upset Notre Dame 20-15 at the Irish's homecoming in Lawrence. And in Robbinsville, the Ravens were playing host to the Burlington City Blue Devils, trying to save their year after a 1-3 start.
The Ravens, after falling behind early 7-0 Friday at Senior Night, got right on the case of scoring. Quarterback Brett Dowodowski keeping it himself and running left and in for the touchdown. Dowodowski with a 7-yard scamper that got the crowd and pep squad very much into the game. It was a 7-7 tie midway through the first period. Blue Devils on offense on the next drive. Quarterback Pedro Perez with nowhere to go or throw as Tyler Gildner of Robbinsville brings him down for a huge loss. Gildner, the sophomore linebacker, with the sack. Ravens up 14-7 in the second quarter. Dowodowski back to throw, going over the middle for Joe Vito, and Vito's got it for the touchdown. Tyler Hatfield 21 on the coverage for Burlington, but to no avail as the Ravens go up by 2 scores with about 4 minutes to play in the half. Perez high snap, but he reels it in, looking for someone open, and Matt Forno wraps him up, dragging him back into the end zone where Perez loses the ball, but the refs say his forward progress was stopped at the 1-yard line, so no safety nor touchdown. Ravens say, though, no problem. They get it back just before the half. Dowodowski with no one to pass to here, so he runs out of bounds, but that set up Kyle Banas for a 40-yard field goal, a high winding kick that lands just inside the left upright and good. So Robbinsville heads into the locker room having scored 24 unanswered points. Third quarter, Dowodowski sticking with the vertical game, going long for Darren Daniel, and look at the contact by Hatfield. That draws multiple flags. Hatfield called for the interference, which in high school is not a spot foul. It's 15 yards. Ravens take it and go right back to work. Dowodowski with another QB keeper that he runs left, slipping some tackles, and he gets in for another touchdown. The Ravens ending the competitive phase of this game in the third quarter. No need for them to stop playing, though, on their next offensive series. Dowodowski handing it off to Chad Scott, who pummels his way through the D-line and in for another touchdown. The Ravens blow out the Burlington City Blue Devils Friday night 38-13. On Saturday afternoon, Adam Reese and the Steinert Spartans up 7-0 early against the Trenton High Tornadoes. Reese faking a handoff here, keeping it himself and running around everyone for the touchdown. Reese, just moments after finding Jordan Dunn in the end zone for the game's first score, makes it 14-0 in favor of Steinert. The Spartans got the ball back shortly after, but were held to 3 and out. So Reese on to punt. A high end-over-ender. Hakeem Horton of the Tornadoes can't hold on to it. That's a live ball. Steinert recovers. They get great field position to start the second quarter. Reese back to pass, going for Keon White at the goal line. It is picked off by Lemire Burgess of Trenton High. So with the winds of change blow in for the Tornadoes starting now, quite the contrary. Tariq Rogers on this handoff brought down in the end zone for a safety. So Steinert all fired up. They now have a 16-point lead. And of course, the other part of a safety means you get the ball back. Tornadoes kicking it from inside their own 20. Ed Ashley back to receive it for Steinert, plays it on a bounce, gets some great blocking at first, blocks that open up a huge hole for him as he sprints down the side of the field all the way for the touchdown. The Spartans score 9 points in 3 plays, and they go up 23-zip on this blustery, windy Saturday. 4th and long here for the Tornadoes. A.J. Mastrangeli sacks quarterback Jabri Jackson. They whistle the play dead after the forward progress was stopped, so Steinert having a blistering first half. Reese and the offense back for more late in the second quarter. He goes long for Vanel DeSuze, wide open, touchdown Steinert. 30 points in the first half. That's a season record for the Spartans. The lead, though, continued to grow in the second half. Reese faking a toss, looking left, throws a little sweep to Jeff Mattinelli, who makes like Ashley did earlier, finding a ton of room, bringing it all the way inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Spartans. Reese for real on the toss this time to Tyler Zandomenico. He punches it in. 37 points, the largest lead Steinert has had all season. The second half, though, was Trenton's Jackson going long for Zaire Clemens in the end zone, and Clemens has it for the touchdown. The Tornadoes avoid a shutout. They would also add another score late in the fourth quarter, but the damage done early for the Spartans, more than enough to carry them the rest of the way. They win this 37-14. It's their 4th straight W. They host the West Windsor Plainsboro Northern Knights this Saturday.
And finally, Team of the Day is brought to you by Prior NAMI Business Systems, a full-line computer sales and service center, your business solutions headquarters. Prior NAMI. The red-hot West Windsor South High Pirates stayed undefeated this weekend. A 48-0 annihilation of their chief rival, West Windsor North, improved the Pirates to 6-0 on the year. 2 of the touchdowns on the day came from star running back Brian Schoenauer, who tallied 160 total yards on the ground. The Pirate defense forced and recovered recovered 3 Northern Knight fumbles as South more than takes the bragging rights from this year's grudge match. Well, that's all for sports on this Monday. Stay tuned after the break. Mercer County Close-Up.